was debris all over, it was smoke and people running around, and just a bit of a catastrophe.
People are falling out literally as it's coming down.
Good morning. A terrifying sight in New Orleans will have an update on the building collapse that took the lives of at least 2 people. Plus, fighting homelessness, an advocate traveling the country to talk about the role between mental illness and sleeping on the streets. And the valley is starting to warm up after some pretty chilly days. The return to the 80s in your Weather Now forecast. 8 News Now Weekend Edition starts right now.
Now, live, this is 8 News Now Weekend Edition.
Good morning and thanks for joining us on 8 News Now. I'm Orko Manna. We'll continue to follow developing news out of New Orleans this morning. At least 2 people were killed when a building under construction collapsed Saturday. Several others were injured and at least 1 person remains missing. Kenneth Craig reports.
The Hard Rock Hotel, under construction in downtown New Orleans, collapsed just after 9 a.m. Saturday.
It felt like a very mini, I hate to compare it 9/11 because, you know, it was debris all over, it was smoke and people running around, and just a bit of a catastrophe.
As multiple floors caved in, debris went flying, sending construction workers and onlookers running for their lives.
People are falling out literally as it's coming down.
Fire inspectors say the collapse came without warning, and now they're concerned the rest of the building could fall.
We met with engineers, determined the stability of a section of the building where we feel it's safe enough to be able to send the folks in with some pretty sophisticated search equipment and some dogs.
Throughout the day, an unsupported crane swayed from the building, looming over the site. Drones were being flown to determine which parts of the building remained most unstable.
This remains a very fluid and very dangerous situation, and every few minutes something is falling off of this building.
Other buildings near the deadly collapse site were evacuated as a precaution. The 18-story hotel has been under construction for several months, but it wasn't immediately known what caused it to tumble. The hotel was to have 350 rooms and more than 60 condominiums. Kenneth Craig, CBS News.
And we'll continue to monitor the situation as developments continue. Meantime, back here on the Valley, we want to get a check on our forecast with Sally Jaramillo.
Good morning. So a lot of you guys have been asking me on social media, any big wins this weekend? Yesterday we had no winds to worry about. For today, just a couple of breezes. Now, will we warm up? The answer is yes. We have great weather once again in store for you. A dry pattern across the region. No warnings or watches to worry about. UV index for today being moderate with that 4.8 count by that 1 p.m. hour. By Sunday, we're definitely showing you that this is going to be a gorgeous day. 75 degrees by noon, increasing to 82 degrees. East-southeast breezes staying 10 miles per hour. And a beautiful day to go outdoors and golf. Yes, we're expecting a high of 82 degrees for today. Now, will those 80s be sticking around for your work week? The answer coming up in your most accurate forecast. Back to you.
Thank you, Sally. In Southern California, at least 3 people are dead following a string of wildfires. At last check, they're only 19% contained. At least 100,000 people were ordered to evacuate. More than 30 homes have been destroyed, many others now deemed unlivable. Fires burning north of Los Angeles may have been sparked by an electrical power line. Another major fire is burning in Riverside, where at least 70 mobile homes were lost. The probable cause of that fire has been linked to a trash truck. Witnesses recorded smoke billowing from it before it pulled over and dumped burning trash near dry brush.
I pulled up to him and I said, you cannot stay here. With the wind and the field right there, you're going to catch everything on fire.
Fire officials are imploring people here to clear off leaves, needles, and other dry brush blown up by seasonal winds onto rooftops because this is only the beginning of wildfire season. Loved ones gathered this weekend to honor the mother and son who lost their lives in a tragic house fire.
Eventually we'll all be up there and we'll all be able to say hello to him again.
2 separate vigils were held for 6-year-old Gavin Palmer and his mom Renee. You just heard from Gavin's grandfather. The boy was described as sweet and smart, and he loved race cars. Renee's friends spoke about the bond she and Gavin shared. Police are still investigating the cause of the fire. 2 separate GoFundMe pages were also started for Renee and Gavin's funeral expenses. If you would like to donate, there's a link on our website, 8newsnow.com. And that deadly fire was a stark reminder of what firefighters tried to prevent. Yesterday wrapped up Fire Prevention Week. Las Vegas Fire and Rescue held a special event for it. They're doubling down on their message after a string of serious fires over the past few days.
That just shows you the importance of getting that message out there of being fire safe and being aware about, matches and candles and all the hazards that are out there.
A couple safety reminders during a fire. When the smoke alarm goes off, get on the ground because smoke rises. Feel the door with the back of your hand to see if it's hot. That may indicate fire on the other side. The Las Vegas Rescue Mission has been assisting the homeless in southern Nevada since 1970. It's now one of 14 shelters chosen to be featured in a documentary called Rescue Ride. As Sally Jaramillo reports, the producers hope the film will raise awareness about homelessness and mental illness.
Me and a group of some of my friends, we rode motorcycles from Winchester here, and so we stopped at rescue missions all along the way. I'm Brandon. Nice to meet you, man. Nice to meet you.
Pastor Brandon Thomas is the director at the Winchester, Virginia Rescue Mission, just west of Washington, D.C. He has taken a 12-day cross-country trip to raise awareness and document the problems of homelessness.
Checking out issues that people experiencing homelessness deal with, as well as some of the incredible work being done by rescue missions across the country.
It's beautiful. In his film, Thomas takes a look at the foundational role of mental illness and homelessness in each city.
From Arkansas, we went north. Then we came back down to Albuquerque, Phoenix, and then to Vegas.
Their final stop, Los Angeles, where the homeless population is surging. Through collaboration and visits to other missions, Thomas hopes it will bring about new ideas and help meet the community needs of homeless populations.
If only they could, live the life that they intended to live. And what can we do to help them get there?
So I asked for some help.
Timothy Rocha has been part of the Las Vegas Rescue Mission rehab program for 3 months now. He is hopeful documentaries like these will give people a new perspective on combating the problem.
Just knowing that there's support around the country is awesome.
Sally Jaramillo, 8 News Now.
Thomas says his father's story inspired him to create this documentary. He says his father suffered from schizophrenia and was also bipolar. You can find more information and a web extra on 8newsnow.com. Coming up, New York City has an Empire State of Mind. CBS This Morning's Tony DeCopel gives us a preview of the iconic building's nearly $200 million facelift.
For years, this balcony on the 86th floor of the Empire State Building was the final stop for most of the 4 million annual visitors.